Hello, hello. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? How is everybody doing? A warm hello and a sincere thank you for joining me here today. This is part of the quick market update series on YouTube at Cheds Trading. This will go into this playlist real quick. Someone had just asked in the comments, Cheds, I caught you live. I have a question about buying dips and uptrends. What level or indicator should we use to buy dips? That is in the Masterclass tutorial playlist. If you're a new trader, you're learning how to use TA, you have to watch this. It's going to teach you all the basic techniques to understand what I'm trying to do here. I am, of course, I'm the author of 3 books. I have Trading Journal going to come out this year. My books are mostly free. You can catch them in one form or another on my social media channels. Most of you know me as Big Cheds on Twitter. I get a bunch of spicy tweets to talk about some interesting stuff that's going on right now. And of course, Bitcoin Live, where I'm a founding analyst. I've been doing, I have to log in there. Don't worry about that. But anyway, it's the best team in the world that studies crypto. I do market reports there twice a week. No matter what, rain or shine, I haven't missed a report in like 7 years. And I'm really proud of the team that we have and the work we do over there at Bitcoin Live. So it's something that you're going to want to consider checking out. And hold on, and there it is. So that's the best team in the world. So this is free. This is fun. While you're here and you're hanging out, just say hi. Let me know. Leave me a comment. Show some love. If you want to leave a comment in the chat, it's subscriber only. So go ahead and check that out. Let's see. The same guy said, I've tried to buy previous resistance that should turn into support, but it keeps dipping below that. Well, it just depends on the trend, Santan. You have to make sure you're trading with the trend. That's the MA200 in classical charting. I mean, I have all the great stuff for you. People ask me, how do I do this? You have to watch the Masterclass tutorial playlist. I mean, that's the thing to start with. Then, check out my books, watch all my free videos. Anyway, so I'm going to read the chats in a moment. There's a lot of the chat rooms already filling up. So Bitcoin, a lot of interesting volatility. You got to love it. I mean, look at that little dip below. Look at that little whoops. So what do I want to start out with? So this candle is interesting that we just had, right? Call it a long-legged doji, high wave candle, meaning long upper lower shadows. What it showed was a break and recapture, right? Of daily range lows. This is a big momentum pivot, right? So let's kind of walk through it. Everybody. So here we go. We want to start with here. Chronological order, Cheds. Bitcoin now, lowest price since mid-November. I put out the tweet. We're at 90K. We're breaking belows. Lowest price since mid-November. It basically means pay attention. Maybe we're breaking now, maybe not. But you're certainly paying attention. Price is interacting with a key level. And then, boom, right? I think we had a 4-hour first. So before we get to this candle, then we had a 4H. I'm watching this, right? And then we go 4-hour piercing line with spring potential at daily range lows. I love that I can use these YouTubes to explain my tweets to you folks. So dip below, and there's a piercing line where the candle closes back above the midpoint of the prior candle. It's the beginning of a momentum reversal. We're here at 92.5. I had put out in my Bitcoin Live report on Sunday and Monday that you could use a recapture of 92.5 as a long, and even that simple, technique is played off quite nicely. So we have the piercing. So we have the lowest price in November, then the piercing pattern, and then boom. BTC finishes with the high wave doji with the range low sweep and recapture. Notable momentum story. Momentum is so important. You want to follow momentum. You want to, kind of follow it. So I think that's pretty cool. I mean, that's a beautiful candle. And then there was a couple more. Obviously, I want to talk about, Bitcoin dominance and Ethereum versus BTC. I've been having fun and making, I've been enjoying making fun of the folks who are kind of really wanting to will these things into existence, like an Ethereum bottom for altcoin. But what was interesting was that when I said to myself, you know what, this candle reminds me of something. This daily candle, a lot like the August 5th candle. I was actually thinking about the weekly candles. If you remember back into this consolidation here, where we had, this was a 60K range low. 60K. Is this even right? there was a point in this prior consolidation right here, okay, where the price dipped right below range lows, had the big momentum recapture. And it kind of reminded me of that. Doesn't mean we're going to come back and retest, here maybe. But it was an interesting point in kind of the middle of this consolidation range, signifying the beginning of the March higher. So this is a very important candle. Right. It shows that bears, it's been a very kind of a frustrating, choppy range for a lot of people. You're buying here. You've done well, obviously, just buying support. If you bought on the right shoulder invalidation, you kind of got snuffed out there because it, failed and rolled right back into the range. So this is a super clear signal too. Normally on a right shoulder invalidation, it's kind of like almost really an automatic long. So really bears have been getting screwed here, trying to short the lows or even taking a short on the invalidation, and bulls get screwed here. But if you've been just a simple patient bull like me and buying these dips at 91, 92K zone, I mean, that's just been simple technique. You don't have to really read too many textbooks. You don't have to do CMT, be a professional, technical analyst and trader to just buy at support. So nice momentum recapture on that. We can kind of track it on lower time frames. 4 hour, we see the price recaptured, see the piercing pattern here, push back into the range peak, and now it's kind of grind. I got a new mouse. I got to fix it. It's like a little bouncing around a little bit. Push right back into this range peak, and now it is back up above it. I don't know if I like this mouse, just as an aside. In any case, sorry about that. So it's pushed right back above this 96K level. And I put out a couple cheeky tweets here throughout the day, as things were kind of falling apart. So I put out a tweet right when I started to see the price reversing. I said, bears deserve nothing. Punish them. And they do. Bears deserve nothing. I mean, it's a beautiful, strong trend. You want to ride the trend, trade with it. Price continues to hold support. It's priced above, a rising EMA 8, holding, weekly range lows. Bears deserve nothing. It's a lot of the time they just want to buy lower because they missed. They're pessimistic. They're miserable. Just trade with the trend. Enjoy the trend. Okay. I got a couple more tweets to go over, and then I want to check in with the chat. I want to try to do a couple requests. I want to answer some questions. Go ahead and fire off a good trading question. This is what I would like from you, is give me a good trading question to help me create some educational content, folks, okay? This guy keeps asking the same questions. I can't, Senton, I already answered you twice, brother. Just, you got to watch. Okay, that's actually a good question. So I see you use the 200 SMA and actually use the 200 EMA. Even though Axel is like world-class classical charting, I disagree with him in this. Look, EMA, right, and I go over this in the Masterclass, EMA it's exponential moving average. It's more price-weighted to the most recent candle. It only makes sense for short-term moving averages. Like, if you're going to use a 200, why would you want an EMA? Right? You want it to be more significant if the price is interacting with it on a higher moving average, like a 50 or a 200. It makes no sense to me to use an exponential moving average for a longer term MA. 8 EMA, 34 EMA, fine. Maybe 50, but at most that should be the highest you're going to use. Longer term MAs should be simple moving averages. You want it to be more impactful and be a bigger, different deal that the price is tagging it. If it's EMA, that means that the price is going to curve more up towards it. It's going to connect to it. You don't want that. You want it to be a more impactful signal. It makes no sense to me to use EMA on the 200. I respectfully disagree with my colleague Axel. He's unbelievable, by the way. So great question. No more for you though today, Santan. We got to get to some other questions. So this one's good. People keep calling the bottom, keep calling it top and dominance because they want it to be top, but they're fighting the trend. Right? It's just I was like, nope. Right here, it's grinding higher. Now we have a lower high break. Dominance is grinding higher. Ethereum versus Bitcoin. Terrible chart. Folks, stop trying to call bottoms in these trends. Really strong downtrend. It's going to continue to roll over. They're just not there. Higher low invalidation. Here's me poking fun at people, making calls. I even saw Phil Lacone do one today. My old buddy Phil Lacone. He's like, oh, lower high, in Bitcoin dominance. And that was right here. And you shouldn't be looking. You should be orienting yourself to trade with the trend and stop trying to guess when these trends are going to reverse. All right. All right, so let's get back to the chat room. I've kind of gone through all the stuff I wanted to do. Let me start from the top. Amno, Gia, Katswam, Paraf, Matej. Nice to see you, folks. I'm gonna look for a couple good chats, good questions here in the chat, folks. It's just me. There's no moderator, so if I missed your message, I apologize. I'm just trying to create some value, have a little bit of fun here with you. Okay, what is going on? Hey, Cheds, great stuff. If we break below the strong trend line, well, not really trend line, it's a support zone, 90 to 92K. What would your play be? Would you go short? I think that's fine. I think you can go short. This is such a well-defined level. Should the price lose it, you can definitely go short. I would probably use like 90K as my trigger, and I would manage my risk as just above that, because I think the consequences for the trend will be quite strong. If the price loses here, it's very likely to drop all the way back to about 94K. Sorry, 74K. 72 to 74K. It's very unlikely to pause and just miraculously stop at 85 or 80K. That's not the way momentum works. The significance of this level is quite apparent. Multiple tests with time interval, well-defined level. If we lose here, you could go short. I probably wouldn't personally, because I'm not going to trade against the trend, but I understand that posture. I would probably wait for the reaction, either play a recapture like we just had here and go long again. Again, I'm trading with the trend, or wait for a drop back to the prior range. And that's how I would play it. All right, let's go. Someone said, great setup example on SPX 6900. I can't look at that chart. There's not enough history. I don't chart the meme coins until they've been around for a while. So there's no chart for me yet on that one. Patty says, song at the beginning always pumps me up. That's Church of Eight Wheels. I love that song, right? Great song. Church of Eight Wheels. Cheds, can you take a look at CRV? Sure. Let's take a look at CRV. Curve Finance. All right, it needs to hold here. It is very important for Curve, after creating this large price base, massive acceleration out of the bottom, lower high breaks, descending trend line break. It really needs to hold above 75, 80 cents. It's fighting to do it here. It's not quite out of the woods, at all at this point. So sure, it held briefly, but it's still consolidating right at support. It's not out of the woods. It needs to hold it. This is a big-time level of interest on Curve Finance. Amno says, what do you think about Aave? I mean, Aave's been one of the stronger charts out there. It's a great question. It's kind of back below where I wanted to see it hold around 300, but look at the price distance. It's still a very strong trend. Hasn't tagged, the daily MA 200 since around $100. It is in a falling channel, lower lows, lower highs. Some support here. I understand targeting it for a long. It's a little bit choppy now. I would probably, if I want to be long in this, I would probably step back and want to buy with a little bit more momentum. And I'd want to see it recapturing maybe 305 range. Because here it could kind of drift down, maybe down to like the low 200s. So it's just how I play in my style. I'd want to see it recapturing momentum a little bit before jumping in. Chris from Greece, what's up? Thank you for saying that. When are we getting our start of the video dance? Sorry about that. I don't have the camera on, just the music. But I do have some interviews coming up, and I might have the camera on for that. So we'll see, folks. We'll see. Let's see. I'm checking the chat, and sorry if I missed your messages, folks. When you say buying the lows in this range, are you mainly referring to spot buys? Yes. At these levels, how often are you using leverage? I mean, that's a tricky question. I don't like to talk about it too much. A lot of my audience is newer traders, and I don't want to be, telling you to do leverage. I do use leverage, a decent amount, but I use low leverage, 2, 3x. I don't like to amp up my risk that much. I'm a grinder. I'm an old poker player. Well, I'm old and I'm a poker player, and I like to grind. There are many better traders than me, and they have their own style. So I am not necessarily, when I say buying here, I'm not saying buy spot or buy leverage. That's up to you how you apply your risk. I'm referring to a momentum point, a price interaction with a key level where you could initiate a long trade when you're buying support in an uptrend. All right. Let me check and see what everybody is saying. Let's see. I think, let's see. The Masterclass playlist was, will Masterclass playlist help someone with zero knowledge, Cheds? Yeah, that's the whole point. I made it for people like that. I mean, look, if you've got more than zero knowledge, I have the advanced playlist for you. In these playlists, these Masterclass videos, I think it's the best free alpha on Twitter for learning. I go through and explain how to use volume, moving averages, exponential versus simple, how to interpret candlesticks, how to formulate trade ideas, how to read a chart, how to understand a chart, just the basics. So yes, it's certainly there for you. I've made it for you. All right. XRP is grinding higher. That's a beautiful chart. Grinding higher, lower, high breaks. Let's take a look at Ethereum. I know many of you are into Ethereum. I've talked often about how Ethereum is weak relative to Bitcoin. That's expressed by the Ethereum BTC pair, but in and of itself, it's a decent looking chart, trading near high time frame peaks, price above a rising, MA 200 here in the weekly. The daily chart's a little bit more muddled, falling back into the range. I'm not touching this personally until around 2,700. It's consolidating, drifting lower, failed to hold here on the 3,500 break. That was kind of a blow to the local momentum. So I'm going to wait for this to drop back to around 2,700. All right. Folks, this is part of the quick market update series on my YouTube channel, Cheds Trading. These are about 15-minute updates. I'm going to do another one of these on Friday and Saturday. The rest of the week, you can find me at Bitcoin Live. Well, not the rest of the week. Wednesday night, Sunday night, I do the full market report. Not like these are just kind of quick, fun reports. I do full in-depth analysis twice a week at Bitcoin Live. That's Sunday night, and then I let Monday off, no streaming, kind of let that report sit. Same with Wednesday and Thursday. So this video is wrapping up. I'll be back on Friday and Saturday. I talked a lot about the progression of the channel on Bitcoin, how we the price test of range lows, lowest price since mid-November. Then I talked about the piercing pattern. Then I talked about the high wave or long legged doji with the range low sweep and recapture. That's just a simple way you could have been playing this channel, getting long again at 92.5. If you're still bearish, that's on you. And if you're not long, it's on you. You've been so many opportunities to go long. That being said, going forward, this is a very important zone to watch. Should the price lose the 91, 92K zone, I think we're dropping back to the low 70s, and I've been pretty clear on that. But that hasn't happened yet, and you still need to should be orienting yourself with the trend. This blue line, the simple MA 200, giving bulls the benefit of the doubt. So, folks, thank you for hanging out here with me. I'm sorry if I didn't get to all your questions. I could keep going. But these are quick updates, and I'm going to save my mojo. I got Bitcoin Live tomorrow. And catch me on Twitter. Check out all the great free learning alpha on my YouTube. I teach professional TA, Japanese candlestick theory, classical charting, 3 books. I got a 4th one on the way. Most of what I do is free. I hope you enjoy it. I love your feedback. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like. And let's hang out again soon. I'll be back here on Friday, and we'll do it again then. Okay, folks, thank you so much. Take care.